Good morning everybody, and welcome to my channel yet again from beautiful Vredendal. A beautiful sunny morning. It is still summer, so chances are it's still going to get very warm this part of the world. I've just passed a vineyard with grapes sticking out of the fence. Very tempting to go and grab a bunch to take home with me, but on the aeroplane that might raise an eyebrow or two. But anyway, this is just a short clip on this beautiful part of the world. It's post-COVID. People are still wearing masks, but the drought is gone. There's certainly a lot more abundance now. Everything is green. This is just to give you an idea of what it looks like in peak. This is not a rainy season. There's another farm down there with grapes. And we're going to go into the sun now, but it doesn't matter. But it's a consolation to travel in this part of the world, knowing that there's water again, particularly Cape Town, where I was recently. And on the other hand, the B&Bs have been pretty full, which is an indication that things have been settling down. I recall getting half prices and better prices and choice of rooms. Now I'm lucky to just get a room. So yeah, little town in the middle of the west coast, not too far from the ocean, and I'm going to film just a little bit more just to give you an idea of what this place looks like. I'm about to see a client, but it is early, so it's possible I might get a little bit more footage. So yeah, enjoy the little bit I'm bringing you now. This is you'd think a dorp like this would be in the condition, look at that church, in the condition that most of the Free State dorps are. But yeah, let's not go into that topic, because it's very sad to see what local government has allowed to take place in that part of the world, and somehow the Cape manages to keep it together despite the onslaught of opposition wanting to derail the fantastic setting this part of the world still offers. And I'm not just talking about the beaches and the mountains and the beautiful weather, although it does get miserable in Cape Town at times with rain and cold, just like the European weather. Yeah, it would be sad to see this end up like the rest of Africa, such as Johannesburg. Unfortunately, Johannesburg, as beautiful as it is as well in certain areas, I'm sad to say that, in my opinion, it's become one big informal sector. So yeah, I'm gonna just pause here and continue later on. So to finalize the video and the message that I have for you for today, beautiful Friday, summer's day from Vredendal with love. I'm heading back to Cape Town on a quick trip so that I can return home to my family, to my grandchild, to my wife and my son, and hopefully to some riding events with my mates. But yeah, what a pleasant place, particularly as I said earlier on, considering that the drought has subsided, and the fascination of the as you saw there, people cleaning, maintaining. If there's a pothole on these roads, council is kind enough to put a lady or a gent with a flag to warn us of that pothole. It's unheard of. It makes you wonder if you're in the same continent. So yeah, I will leave you with the beauty of this part of the world, and perhaps if I find more material to film along the way, I will add to make this a productive video. Look at all those aloes and this. Oh man, this is so beautiful. We're going to be passing a section here with a bush that gives out this red flower. I have no clue what it's called, but here it is. And this is pretty much the entire Cape. Consists of these kind of colors and textures. Here's an example of more vineyards and a well kept and maintained part of the world. Anyway, I'm going to stop here and search for better footage. Even though I feel that, look at them working the vineyards too fast, couldn't film that. The workers and the farmers. Yeah, the rhetoric that we hear on the news and the media propaganda does no justice to what really goes on here. People are well fed, they're looked after, their houses are a far cry from the shacks that we see, even though in Cape Town there's a lot of that going on. Look at this. I always wondered if this had to change hands and over to people that are not familiar with the intricacies of running big farms and the requirements, the hard work that it requires to maintain the level of farming that takes place in this part of the world without it turning into subsistence farming like the rest of the African continent, governed by local authorities as opposed to private enterprise. But anyway, this is not a political video, but merely a cry out to let the people, to let you all know that the maintenance of such infrastructure comes at a price, and that means making proper use of local funds. And again, this goes on to a political arena, so let's just hope this part of the world never ends up like the rest of Africa, without the infrastructure, without the funds, without the know-how, without the interest, without the care, the love, the principalities required to run this. Anyway, let's see what else I can bring back to you. I'm almost in Claver, and each little town in this part of the world, as opposed to a dilapidated part of the world, or as opposed to a dilapidated villages, you see roads, you see houses, painted. So here's another example of how the infrastructure works around here. I've been skipping the majority of things, including infrastructure such as bridges and other networks that promote this kind of organization. I'm about to enter Citrusdal, and it's, I mean, when I get the opportunity, when I return home, I'll film some of the farms there compared to what we have going here. This methodical and organized structure doesn't just happen. It requires what I mentioned earlier on, effort and know-how. So, you know, channeling the water to all the right places, ensuring that the seed that is sown is nurtured and cared for and watered, and so on. I've been blabbing on about this place too long. My frustration on the so-called freedom that we experience in Gauteng and surrounding. Mpumalanga is another example. There are still some pretty good farms there, but the rhetoric is that things change. So yeah. In this case, I'm just taking the opportunity to film the small pass as we go up past Setrastal. But as you see, everything here is intentional and purposeful. The roads have been repaired consistently, functional, with not a single pothole blemish in sight. Like I say, intentional, purposeful. You cannot neglect something that you love, right? So, I mean, shortcuts, I think, is the appropriate word to try and make something work as a result of decisions that you have taken to get some form of popularity, namely votes is one of the examples. Just change gears, quite a steep uphill here, but certainly beautiful. And over and above all the stuff that I've been talking about, this is a part of the world that certainly has much to offer in the Department of Tourism, which I believe is totally underutilized. But with this COVID thing, I have no doubt that it has come to serve as a lesson for us to make use of our own land. I mean, right on the mountain there you can see some cottages. I don't know if it's clear enough. And I can't wait to one day the possibility of bringing my wife down here and in one of these mountains spend a couple of days in absolute tranquility. Here's somebody making use of their surroundings. There's a lot of these to go around. Forget the name of this place, but it doesn't matter. But as you see, stunning, 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 stunning. Resembling Ceres a little bit, but slightly different. Let me just overtake here. There's the cottages. Cape Town 171, so there's quite a few Ks for me to do still. There are the cottages. Not sure what it costs to come here, but the Knierkloof, that's what it's called. Yeah, I wouldn't want to miss that before I depart from the planet. Certainly on higher ground, I can feel my ears, and stunning surroundings. So yeah, Rooibos tea, Carmine, this is probably one of the areas where Rooibos tea is probably harvested. I'm not sure, I just saw a sign there. But yeah, I could bring you hours and hours if I wasn't working. But I am. This is obviously during office hours. And it's my attempt to bring you the kind of views that this wonderful part of the world brings. And as we start descending here, it's only going to get better. So I'm going to carry on rolling. Here's a little, it's not a parch stall, but it's not too far from it. Baboons available too. Yeah, you get an idea of the height or the altitude that we are at, if that's what it's called. Look at this. There's the lower grounds as we head down to Piketberg. And stunning, 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 stunning. I knew one day I would have the opportunity to film this. And here it is. Miles and miles and miles of the plains of the Cape after having come from the mountains. there we go. Not sure where that town is called. I have to try and do this and drive at the same time. Not an easy task. Lots of trucks. But yeah, provides me with the opportunity to show you the beautiful surroundings to the best of my ability. So yeah, from here onwards I'm probably going to stop filming. I hope you enjoyed the little bit of footage that I brought from this part of the world, and I'll see you around. Thanks for coming over, and I thank you for all the subscribers and everybody, especially the new ones that have come on board. And I trust this will be the end of this particular clip as I make my way to the airport and return to my beloved Gauteng. So thank you everybody. Have a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are. God bless. See you then. Bye bye.